You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hey, Bold and the Beautiful fans, we have got a hot couple alert to talk about, with one wedding zooming up really fast, another twosome that might follow them down the aisle, and a happily married couple that seems destined for divorce. It's Belinda from Soap Dirt, and we're going to talk about who gets their happily ever after and who finds out their future is not so bright. But first, please hit that subscribe button if you are not already following us. All right, we just got some more details on Liam Spencer's upcoming wedding to Hope Logan. It is coming soon, and now we know it's going to be at the Logan Mansion at Brooke's house, where I suspected it would be. I figured it'd either be at Brooke's or Bill's. Also, in a fun twist, Beth Spencer was working to get Hope and her dad Liam to agree to let her officiate the wedding, and that is really cute. As you know, Carter Walton is the one who usually officiates everybody's weddings. Most recently, he did the I do's for Brooke and Ridge Forrester in the middle of the day in the CEO office. But obviously, Hope and Liam can't ask Carter to do their vows. That would be pretty cruel, seeing that Hope was engaged to Carter, like 5 minutes ago. And of course, it really hurt him to call it off with Hope and take back the engagement ring and tell her it's okay to go back to Liam. But Carter knew it was the right thing to do for all of them. With Carter not up for officiating their ceremony, though, it looks like little Beth will do the honors. Obviously, somebody official will have to declare them man and wife and sign the marriage license, but Beth can definitely be up there and have a big part in the wedding. So I do expect we're going to get this Hope and Liam wedding really soon. I'm guessing it'll come in November sweeps, which started on Thursday, October 30th and carries on through the end of November. I suspect we're going to get a small, intimate wedding in Brooke's living room with little Beth overseeing their nuptials. And it looks like Hope and Liam pledge their love to each other once again in front of a small gathering. I do wonder who else will be there. I'm assuming Deacon Sharpe and Bill Spencer, maybe Will Spencer and his girlfriend, Eric Forrester. We'll see if Steffy makes an appearance. Obviously, Brooke will be there. Katie should be there. We'll see if Donna shows up with Eric. So that's the first wedding I wanted to talk about. Now let's talk about a possible second wedding that could be coming. Daphne was talking to Carter about how he felt when he heard from Hope that she got engaged to Liam so fast after the two of them split up. But this is Carter we're talking about. He insists that he's happy for Hope, and then he immediately started hitting on Daphne, who has now decided to make him work for it after she chased Carter so desperately for so long. He was kissing Daphne's hand and making little romance gestures with her. And we know Carter tends to move pretty fast when it comes to romance. However, I don't expect them to get married in November sweeps. I don't expect them to be, 2 feet behind Hope and Liam going down the aisle. However, I do expect Daphne and Carter to heat up in the month ahead and to hit the sheets by the holidays. He told Daphne that he knows he has to work to prove himself because Carter already told Daphne once he wanted to be with her, and then he went back to Hope. That was during the whole cancer crisis. And then he and Hope got engaged, and Daphne left LA heartbroken, and she went back to France. Now she's back, and Carter is still the man that Daphne loves and wants. And with both of them now single, Carter and Daphne are going to be sparking soon. I'm sure of it. I expect we may get a Valentine's Day proposal, or maybe even a wedding, maybe even a New Year's proposal, and then a February sweeps wedding on Valentine's. We could see them getting hitched late January or February for sweeps. And honestly, it would be nice to see Carter get married and settle down with Daphne after so many failed engagements. Heck, maybe they even start a family. So yeah, I absolutely expect Carter and Daphne at the altar before too long. I wouldn't say by the end of the year, but beginning of 2026, yeah. All right, finally, let's talk about the not so happily ever after of one pair that seems destined for a divorce. We've got Taylor Hayes sparking with Deacon Sharpe. He got her to open up about Ridge betraying her, and Deacon talked to her about Sheila's betrayal. And then Deacon wiped her tears away and pulled Taylor into his arms. And they nearly kissed, but then she told Deacon they have to reestablish boundaries because she's his psychiatrist. Honestly, the scene on Bold cut right as their faces were near each other. You know, I would like to think they actually did kiss because they were talking about it cryptically. But from what we saw, it was a near kiss. So Taylor insisted to Deacon that the close moment they had can never happen again. Taylor was very firm and said Deacon can't be anything more than her patient. And then Taylor told Deacon he needs to go back to Sheila and work things out. So Deacon did go back and he went home, but you can tell he was only there with Sheila because Taylor rejected him. Sheila said she knew Taylor could touch Deacon's heart, and Sheila doesn't know how true that is, but not in the way she was hoping, because Deacon can't quit thinking about Taylor and she can't stop thinking about Deacon. So although Sheila doesn't know it, Deacon's not really back with her because he wants to be. She's not the woman in his heart right now. We know from official Bold and the Beautiful spoilers that Sheila and Deacon spend Thanksgiving together. But I think between now and the end of the year, we'll see Taylor and Deacon unable to stop thinking about each other. So I think eventually, not too long in the future, Sheila will lose Deacon. I think there's going to be a Sheila and Deacon divorce after the holidays, maybe in early 2026. I expect Taylor and Deacon will be in simmer mode, both fantasizing about the other between now and the end of the year. And then it'll be a slow burn, but I'm sure that Sheila loses Deacon before he gets deeply involved with Taylor, because she doesn't want to take Sheila's husband. She doesn't want to take a married man. And let's be real, that's not a safe thing to do anyway, because Sheila told Lee that she would kill Taylor. And I do think it's true. So I expect that Deacon is going to leave Sheila when he can't get Taylor off his mind. And even if Deacon never gets with Taylor, we could see him realize that Sheila is not someone he can trust in the long run. Plus, Hope and Deke, both of his kids, really want Deacon away from Sheila. So I wouldn't be surprised if Deacon had some epiphany and he made a New Year's resolution that he's going to break up with the 8-toed betrayer and pursue the woman he loves, which at this point may be Taylor. That's a problem because Sheila said Deacon makes her want to be a better person. So if Sheila loses Deacon and he's the only thing tethering her to trying to be good, all bets may be off and Sheila may go nuts and go after Taylor. Wait to see what happens with these big romantic twists on Bold and the Beautiful. But it looks like one wedding soon, another wedding could follow. And I expect a big, messy divorce in the next couple of months.
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast, because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.